Starflight grounds its fleet after losing one of its own.
I was walking down the stairs and a table mentioned they could see something fall from the helicopter.
A nurse is killed in the middle of a rescue. Now, federal investigators are stepping in.
Friends, family, and co-workers are devastated after a Starflight nurse was killed last night during a rescue mission.
46-year-old Kristen McLean fell from a hoist on the helicopter as she was helping a woman who'd fallen in the Barton Creek Greenbelt. KXAN's Sophia Beausoleil just spoke to some of her colleagues at UMC Brackenridge, and that's where she joins us live now. Sophia?
Good evening, Shannon. We are right behind the helipad where flight nurse Kristen McLean would land and take her patients inside to Brackenridge Hospital. Like you said moments ago, we spoke with some nurses who said they loved Kristen. She always had a positive attitude, and today while they worked, they had heavy hearts.
That smile, she would always come in smiling.
Kristen McLean not only spent a lot of time in the air, she spent a lot of time on the ground with other nurses.
She was very good at her job. I mean, she came in with patients. We knew those patients were well taken care of.
Felix McCoy is an ER nurse. He would see Kristen a couple times during the week before and after rescues.
And we enjoyed her. I mean, she would come in and see us just to say hello. Authorities say
Kristen fell to her death Monday night while trying to rescue a woman from the Greenbelt.
Immediately that makes that empty feeling in your stomach, you know, that person is never going to walk through the door again. We're never going to see that person again. But, you know, she died doing something that she loved.
Tiffany McKinley Connor is another ER nurse.
She came in last Thursday and we had a conversation and she really uplifted me. It was something that I needed to hear.
She says Kristen inspired her as a nurse, a friend, and became like a sister to her.
Air EMS, like Starflight and AirVac and ground EMS, they're all an extension of us, and I feel like they're all part of our family. So to know that we lost a family member and that we won't see her come walking through those doors again, it really plays heavy on my heart because she was just an awesome person.
And we learned a little bit more about Kristen McLean. Not only was she a great nurse, but we also learned that she was an extraordinary athlete. She participated in many triathlons, even competed in an Ironman. And Tiffany, the woman you saw in the story, she told us that she's not much of a runner, but to honor her friend and coworker, she wants to put together a race to run in her honor. Reporting live from Brackenridge Hospital, Sophia Beausoleil, KXAN News.
And hundreds of people are paying tribute to Kristen McLean online. Tim Fabian wrote on our Facebook page, quote, "This is one of the crew members who saved my mom last week. She is a hero." And Paul Fiddler wrote, "She made quite an impression on my daughter, helped her to understand that my daughter could do anything she wanted in life."
Yeah. Well, today we talked to several people who watched this rescue unfold.
They say they had a feeling something had gone wrong. Employees and customers at Red's Porch, a restaurant on South Lamar, could see the Starflight helicopter from their second-story deck. It overlooks the Greenbelt there. They first saw that chopper around 9 o'clock. About 45 minutes later, they saw something fall.
I saw them hoisting, whenever they were hoisting up, I guess, the person. I saw that for that split second, and then people were up here. I got kind of busy, so then that's when they said that they saw like a flashlight or some sort of light fall down.
And after that, Jason Munoz says he heard a lot of emergency sirens and knew something more serious must have happened. An investigation is now underway into how Kristen McLean fell from the Starflight helicopter.
We have confirmed a National Transportation Safety Board investigator is in Austin right now. He will join FAA officials to go to that scene tomorrow. KXAN investigator Robert Maxwell joins us live with more.
Well, I can tell you Starflight aircraft are grounded, not only the one involved in last night's incident, but the other three as well. And we're told the helicopter involved is being examined by federal investigators. They'll be looking into the condition of all the equipment on board and whether safety checks were done pre-flight. And we've learned video and audio is recorded on all Starflight operations. That may shed some light on what happened. As for how the NTSB investigation will likely play out, typically investigators look into various factors. In this case, those could include components of the helicopter's flight systems, hydraulic, manual, pneumatic, crew members' duties in the days leading up to the accident, and human error, things like workload, fatigue, medication, alcohol, medical histories even. And an NTSB draft report into what happened could be months away. However, safety recommendations, if any, could come soon. Internally, the The Starflight crew, the pilot, hoist operator, paramedic will likely be filling out post-mission debrief forms. And Robert and Shannon and I looked into a little more context into this, and to put this into tragedy, the NTSB reports in the last 10 years there have been nearly 1,500 accidents involving helicopters, a good number of them involved search and rescue missions.
Okay, Robert, thanks for your digging today. And keep in mind, Starflight is also one of the main agencies we rely on when severe weather strikes. Just this past January, a team rescued a woman near Elgin after her SUV was swept into Wilbarger Creek. She held onto a tree there until the helicopter was able to lower the hatch and bring her to safety. Starflight was also a big help during the Halloween floods of 2013. They were one of the first rescue crews on the scene and ultimately brought more than 30 people in southeast Austin to safety.
Going to the weather now, Jim, a lot of people have been talking today about whether the winds from this cold front that we saw move in last night could have played a factor in what happened last night.
Well, of course, we can't be sure, but it doesn't appear so. Take a look at this wind graph. Winds were only 5 miles per hour to 10 miles per hour during the period leading up to 10 o'clock. Now, we dug minute by minute into observations today after 10, and it looks like that front reached that part of South Austin around 10:20. But now that's 30 minutes after that accident happened. Then closer to 11, you see the winds gusting there to 20 miles per hour. But now remember, winds aloft are often stronger than they are at the surface.